I'm Susan Gans, and I'm the founder and business strategist with Gans Strategic Solutions. Today, I'm delighted to be speaking with Cliff Franklin, the CEO and founder of Sabre Integrated. So, Cliff, take us back to the early days of your career. How did you get into doing what you're doing?
Okay, in security systems. So I always had a fascination with electronics as a teenager. And at 17, I was lucky enough to get a job as a trainee technician with a company in London, and really learnt my craft there. And after 21 years, became a director of that company, running some large installation projects in a service division. And they got acquired at one point. Yeah, I mean, most of these companies do get acquired. And the acquisition company actually brought me to New York. They'd made two purchases here in the city. And I was brought over to basically get the systems in place, because we were trying to replicate what we did in London here in New York. And it was going. We had a great team of guys at these two companies. And things were going well for a while, and then they weren't. You know, we were getting some new instructions from London. I think they were trying to float on the stock exchange there, and the customer-centric philosophy went out the window, and it wasn't sitting well with me, and it wasn't sitting well with some of the technicians, and it certainly wasn't sitting well with the clients. So I was in New York and I got brave. So I decided to set up my own business. And it worked out really well, because within a week, I'd pulled in one of the biggest clients I think you can have in the security systems business here in New York City. Within 6 months, the company that I had worked for went back to the UK and was never seen again. And it was I don't believe in luck, but I think I was prepared for an opportunity, and the opportunity came along, and I seized it. And that was it was 21 years ago when we started Sabre Integrated. And it's been great then. Some of my technicians have been working for me for 21 years, so we can't be doing all that bad.
That's amazing. And I'd call that a strategic opportunity. You saw an opportunity and a gap in the company that you were working for, and decided to embrace your own philosophies, and you knew what worked and what didn't work, and attracted a large client, and then the team around you. And as you mentioned, some of which have been with you for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us about, I know over the past year or so, you've revamped your mission and your core values. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So, our mission and core values were written 20 years ago. And in these 20 years, business has moved on. But, the way people look at business has moved on. And I just wanted to refresh it, but just to keep that core of what we believe in. We're very customer centric. If someone's going to employ us to install a security system, we're going to see it through to the end. Because a lot of these clients will get maintenance or monitoring. So being customer centric is more than important for our business. And I think we do it really well.
Fantastic. And speaking of clients and being at the center, what is it that your clients are reaching out to you for these days? Can you give us an example?
I'm going to give you our biggest win in 2020 during the pandemic. A property developer friend of mine who we've done some work for had a pharmacy moving in to one of his Midtown offices. He recommended us, and we went down to meet the guys. And it was more than just a pharmacy opening in Midtown. This was a startup company that was going to roll out pharmacies throughout the United States. And they were saying they really wanted a national dealer, not a local dealer. And listen, I'm a member of a consortium called the Physical Security Association, PSA, which gives me a network of dealers around the country. And when I mentioned this to this potential client, they were interested. So they started us off with five pharmacies around the country. And what we did, we designed the systems. We found local dealers to install. And they were really happy once these five pharmacies went live. And in 2020, they rolled out 22 pharmacies, of which we put security systems into. This year, they're looking to roll out another 20. And we currently have 6 in our design hopper.
That's so fantastic. So it sounds like with one call they made to you, you were able to support them in designing the locations and getting the installations with your network of connections throughout the country.
Mhm.
And then you're doing the monitoring and the maintenance and supporting them in their further growth.
Cool.
So speaking of one call, Cliff, how can people get in touch with you?
Feel free to call me on my cell phone number. It's 917-664-4121. Or you can always look us up on our website, which is, I'm going to spell it out for you. It's sabrei.com.
Fantastic. So let me repeat that. So with one call, you can reach Cliff at 917-664-4121 or via his website at sabrei.com. So that's sabrei.com.
Correct.
Wonderful. It was fantastic to speak with you today, Cliff.
And you, Susan.
Until the next conversation.